throughout this game and then now?
Grateful. Grateful. Running out for warm-ups and all that, and out there for the anthem. And as the game just got going, I was just thankful, grateful that I was out there. And it was a blast. It was a blast, but obviously the emotions now are disappointment, right? Disappointment. This isn't about me. We got a team that was scrapping like crazy to try to stay alive and get in the postseason. So obviously we're all disappointed. Came up just short. The game kind of played out almost kind of how we thought it was going to play out in terms of how we were going to win the game. Kind of one of those grinded out kind of games. And we didn't find a way to get it done. Is the bottom line. We did a lot of things really well on both sides of the ball. And obviously Blake unbelievable kicking the football all game. But just some of us in there talking now is, we got to win. I'm speaking offensively. If I can, stay healthy, like I feel good, and it's going to get better as we go. But the catch in that is we got to win. It doesn't really matter if it's getting better as we go if we don't win, because it's going to be over in 3 weeks. So that's the catch there. But it's going to continue to get better. This was obviously the first one. We're talking about 3 days of practice. But again, it was a real blessing to be back out there with the guys. But obviously, this is about the Colts and the Seahawks, and we didn't find a way to get it done. And certainly a few plays here and there I'd like back. But all in all, we just didn't find a way.
For the first time in a while, did that wake you up a little bit or remind you of the game at all?
I never minded that part of it. It actually was. My wife always tells me I'm crazy because there's been times in the last 3 or 4 years I said I kind of wish I could just throw one and get hit hard. And she's like, you're that's not normal. But so I didn't mind that part. The one with the bobble snapper deal didn't feel great, but the other ones kind of got me going in the game. It actually didn't feel too far off. It was kind of crazy how normal it felt once we got going in the game.
Describe your feelings on that TD pass, because your excitement was obvious to all of us.
Yeah, it was exciting. Shoot, it was exciting to take a 13-3 lead. But first off, on a play that we kind of had up all week in the red zone in that area, on that down and distance, on that hash, we practiced at the exact same spot, this week. So when things come up like that, they fire you up. Obviously, you throw in the fact that it's been 1,800 days since I've thrown a touchdown, or an interception for that matter. So we got both of those box checks. But it was, that was exciting. That was an exciting drive and a heck of a drive. We had a few different plays. Amir had a big catch. Tyler had a big catch on a Dover, and then obviously Downs gets in the end zone. And again, it was one of those grinded out games. I know we didn't have a ton of yards total offense, but we controlled the ball. We did all those things that you wanted to do. I know that in the book it says we turned the ball over, but we didn't turn the ball over. That was obviously in desperation mode. All in all, disappointed. Thankful. And nothing but gratitude from a standpoint of getting to be here and be a part of it again. But disappointed we didn't get it done, as I have been disappointed in any other loss I've ever been a part of where I was the quarterback.
That back shoulder to Alec, what did you do?
Yeah, we actually worked on about 4 or 5 of those on Thursday. And I said, let's get a few, because he was like, people are starting to play high on him, because he's been running by some folks. And this is, again, this game, he didn't really get many targets. That was really the one opportunity he had. He had the one where they called PI, and they were kind of squatting on him on the stop route. And so we went right back to the go ball, and he made a heck of a contested play. So, again, a lot of confidence in all the wideouts in a short period of time. Obviously, I've been around Pitt, but not the other guys in person. So, like I said, those kind of plays are, I have full trust in them. But those are trust building, kind of like, oh, man, we did that. But we don't have time to. It's not like this is we're building this thing out. We got, you're looking at 21 days left, or whatever. So to find a way to get in.
Phil, you've gone through 3 practices with this team, traveling, meetings, now a game. What did you learn about this Colts team?
Well, Coach said it in there, and you would hope it would be the case. But the effort, the fight, the want to, it's what I remember from the 2020 team. Just being in that team meeting and the meetings last night and everything and the whole week, these guys are all about it. And you can be all about it and you can go after something, and I can stand here to say, and it doesn't always work out. You know what I mean? You can do all those things, and that doesn't mean you're going to win, because there's a lot of other teams that are doing it too that you're playing against. So, I think the mindset and the work ethic, all the things, all the buzzwords you've all heard. That's all here. There ain't no question about that. You just got to find a way. Again, this is a one-score league. Is what it is. I mean, you look across the league every Sunday. I've been doing it as a fan for the past 4.5 years, and at it's in Central Time, which we are, at about 3 o'clock. You're scrambling to find which 3 games are coming down, 4 or 5 games that are coming down to the wire, and then you look right back up at 6:15, and here they're coming back down to the wire, and then you watch the Sunday night game. I've been doing it for 14 weeks, and now I was right smack dab in the middle of one with 50 seconds left.
You don't get color more without being very confident, obviously. But at the same time, you hadn't done this in a long time. And did any part of you, what part of you, if any, wondered how this might go? And could I do this? Was there any of that?
Yeah, well, I think that was certainly the sentiment on Monday and Tuesday. And then I have been thankful to God that I haven't had those doubts really creep back in my mind. I've been very much at peace and just at peace with everything about it. And I say peace with the results, but not with, well, I'm okay with us losing. I'm certainly not. But I mean, I'll come to grips with however this thing plays out. I'll be okay for having done it because I made that commitment, and I'm just thankful. I really am. And, certainly that first time, you get the ball and you go out there and that thing gets cranked up and you go, dang. But where am I? I felt a little bit of a dream, honestly. It's like I've stood right here before, but it was, in 2018. But I hadn't been in an NFL stadium like that in the center of it, calling the play, obviously well noted in a long time. But again, thankful to have been a part of it, disappointed that we didn't find a way to get it done.
We got last one. We got one more. You saw a reaction from your high school team after you took your first touchdown pass. What is it about this opportunity that you're going to teach them, your kids, or whatever, about going forward, and why do you want to go forward when it could be failure on the other side of it?
Yeah. Well, this isn't the motivation, but I do think that maybe there'll be, I think about my own boys, my own 2 sons, but certainly those high school team I'm coaching, but this isn't why I'm doing it. Again, this is really, I know it comes with it, and I know it is a story, and I know it is rare, and all those things, but I didn't do that. I wasn't searching. I was enjoying myself kind of down there being coach in South Alabama, but these kind of things don't come up. But obviously this doesn't come up every day, but I think maybe maybe it will, I don't know, inspire or teach, to not to run or be scared of what may or may not happen, Hopefully, certainly I think of my sons and those ball players, that I'm in charge of at the school, that they'll say, like, crap, coach wasn't scared. You know what I mean? It's like, shoot, sometimes there is doubt, and it's real. And again, you can the guaranteed safe bet is to go home or to not go for it, and the other one is, shoot, let's see what happens, and so I hope that in that sense that it can be a positive to some young boys, or young people. It doesn't have to be boys, but again, that's not the motivation. But whatever God's will, I'm happy with. But certainly going to quickly